Share per il boss. È chiaro? Like e share per il boss. Allora ragazzi, come va? Ciao Giuliotta, ciao carissimo, buonasera. Sì. It's night, but the boss is here for you guys, for you Americans and American friends. I'm worried about learning Italian language. Bambo, if you don't have to be worried, because you know what? If you join the Boss platform, there's nothing to be worried about. Ciao ragazzi, come va? Come va? Salve, oh, like, ragazzi, share e like per il boss. Share. Ciao capo, non sono americano, sono turco. Molto bene. Molto bene. Ciao dall'Iran, hello boss, Daniel da Torni. Daniel da Torno. Ciao Daniel, come stai carissimo? Come stai? I don't think so. If you don't think so, you see, this is your problem. You are too much skeptical. Ciao, come stai? Io sono peruviano di Lima. Salve. Buonasera ragazzi. Like, ragazzi. Allora ragazzi, come va? Da Torno. Infatti Daniel, perché tu hai scritto questo da Torni e non sapevo se era da Torni o da Torno. Sono originario del Marocco, ora vivo in Italia. La mia lingua era pessima, ma dopo averti seguito ho iniziato ad imparare. Grazie, spero che continuerai. Grazie mille, grazie a te. Carissimo, mi fa molto piacere. Ciao David Pedala. Oh, ragazzi, mettiamo like qua, se no come possiamo? 20. Allora. Somebody allora ragazzi, there is a 30 day Italian challenge to learn Italian in 30 days. Oh my God, boss, what does it mean to learn Italian in 30 days? Don't lie to us. Don't say Allora, how is possible to learn Italian in 30 days? Yes, it is possible. Why? First, because it's me that I'm the boss. Second, the boss knows 9 languages, so study the languages and know how they work. Third, the boss learned the languages because I had to use these languages. It's not that I'm learning the languages just to know the language, just to speak and show off on the social media. In fact, I never show off about my languages. Then, fourth, in order to learn a language, you need to understand what is your goal. Your goal is to get conversational, to become conversational. What does it mean to become conversational? It means to understand and to be understood. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. And these are the foundation of the boss method. Okay? Then we can summarize also the boss method with other 2 beautiful words. Learn and apply, memorize and practice, and get the feedback. Stefano, carissimo cavallo, I cannot listen to your vocal message because I am live. Eli, you can text me, Stefano. Oh, because he's sending me vocal message, I don't know what he's talking about. Non lo so. No, just not to listen, just to say that I'm doing the live now. Hello, I am an international medical student in Italy. So is there any way I could also teach it? Teach it? What does it mean? I got 40 points on Kisia Italiano test and I study Italian for 2 months and a half. Molto bene. I don't know what is Kisia test, but ciao, io sono di Venezuela. Ciao. How do we join the boss method? Daniel da Torno. Allora, Daniel, you can get the whole boss method. So with boss speaking, boss pronunciation, there is a pronunciation challenge. Why is it important, the pronunciation challenge? Because you don't have to speak like a native. To speak like a native, it's going to be hard. You need to speak Mhmm, like a human. Ecco, let's put it this way. You don't have to sound like a robot. And so that's why there is pronunciation challenge. In the pronunciation challenge, I teach you the pattern and everything. Then there is the magic verbs, or everything that you need to know about the verbs, because people focuses on articles, people focuses on on prepositions. Per, su, di, la, lo. The most important thing is the verb. Okay, that's why I created this. And so, to answer to your question, Daniel, check your inbox, your DM inbox here in Instagram, or just directly go to my bio here, to my main page of Instagram or TikTok. You can also go there, and there you can click on the link. There is the link shared. There is the link to my platform. How many languages does the teacher know? Who the teacher? Me? I know many languages. More than 5, less than 10. Guess how many? Ehm, vediamo un po'. Alle 1:15 di notte live. Esatto, Suni Prajapat. Esattamente. In fact, this live is not for you, Suni Prajapat. This live is for Americans, or not. How many vediamo qua. Saluti dal Messico. Ciao carissimo. Yuriko Rojas. Yo soy mexicana. Ciao, ciao Yuriko Rojas. Hablo inglese, pero quiero aprender italiano. Ciao Yuriko, you are here for it's a sign that you meet me. Now all you need to do is to go to my bio here on TikTok, click the bio, and you can join my super platform. You can learn Italian in 30 days. You can get conversational in 30 days. You can meet with new students, the boss students. And by the way, you know what is the best characteristic of the boss students? They are all beautiful. They are all motivated. They are all kind. They are all nice. They all want to practice with you. And that's why you have to join. Murad Italiano, ciao ragazzi, ciao carissimi. Allora, mettiamo like e share, ragazzi. Like e share. Ciao da Trieste, ciao carissimo. Ciao, this the New York, Nancy di New York. Ciao Nancy, ciao carissima. Io vengo da New York. You can say Nancy. By the way, Nancy, you can go and check my super the super 30-day challenge, my brand new 30-day challenge at a 75% discount, exactly at the cost of a dinner out. What is the difference to spend the money for a dinner out and spend the money for the boss course? First, you are smarter than you were before. Instead, when you eat, after you eat, you're even more stupid because you are full and you cannot even think anymore because you're so full and you don't know where to. And then also you ate and then you didn't even remember how it feels like because you already ate everything. Instead, you always know how it feels like when you learn a language, because you will always be learning this. You will be always speaking that language forever. So it's another feeling. Di dove sei, capo? Di dove sono, secondo te? Sono giapponese. Of course, I'm Italian. Sono italiano, Renzo. Tisha Raman, ciao Tisha. Ciao carissima. È possibile che uno straniero possa parlare come un italiano? This is a good question. Saharia Ahmed, vediamo. È possibile che uno straniero possa parlare come un italiano? Is it possible that a foreigner can speak like an Italian? Yes and no. It depends how old is this foreigner. It depends what kind of learner is this foreigner, if it is motivated or if it is not motivated. For example, most of the people that join my platform are motivated, so there are higher chances that these people can speak like Italian, like a native Italian. But you know what is even more the principle of the philosophy of the Italian language boss, so of myself? You know what is my philosophy? The center of my philosophy, you know what is why. So why do you need to speak like a native? Because you want all. Everybody wants all. You want all and you want it now, as Freddie Mercury. No, guys, you have to avoid doing crucial mistake. You need to avoid wasting energy. You need to be you have to find a sustainable way of learning. You understand? You have to just try not to be like a robot, like to speak like a robot. Okay, that's your main problem. You have to avoid to speak like a robot. And that is perfectly possible to do that in 30 days with the Italian language boss, because there are a lot of students that spend thousands of dollars and years, time in being worried, stressed, stuck, and still are not confident in speaking, and they speak like a robot. You want to If you avoid doing all these that I mentioned right now and join my platform and join my course, you are in that 1% already. It's easy to be in that 1% just by avoiding doing crucial and common mistake everybody does. Imagine. Okay? I want to try your class, Joanna Fernandez. All you need to do is to click the link on my bio or go to the Italian Language Boss. Theitalianboss.com, I'm sorry, theitalianboss.com. Okay? Eh, adesso come si fa a togliere? Ecco. È chiaro? È chiaro questo? Vediamo un po'. O mettiamo like e share, eh? Allora, vediamo qua. Dove sono i patterns qua? Che voglio provare a mettere un ecco. Scusate ragazzi. Ecco, this is the link, theitalianboss.com, ragazzi. Theitalianboss.com. Vediamo qua, Vicky 4, vediamo qui. When my family came to America, they wanted to speak English and they wanted to be like Americans. Ah, this is interesting to share. Let's see this. This is very good. Allora, vediamo. Vicky 4. When my family came to America, they wanted to speak English. They want to be like Americans. Do I have to remember Italian? When I go back to Teramo in Frosinone to see my family, I remember, but when I come home, no one to speak Italian too. Sì, sì, questo è il problema ragazzi. Also you cannot practice, you cannot and that's why in my platform you can practice. You can practice, you can have friends. You know how many students of how many of my students connected to other students in my platform? You can connect with motivated and engaged, qualitative people that are motivated, that are in your shoes, and they maybe are in a higher level than you, so they can even it can create a really um, a good partnership, with these people, and in order to and this can even boost and can accelerate your learning, But of course it's difficult to find such people, no? It's difficult. Allora mettiamo like e share al boss che I'm doing the live at night. In the middle of the night I'm doing the live, putting at risk my marriage. Allora, vediamo qua. È difficile capire cosa stanno dicendo perché parlano molto velocemente. Chi? Gli italiani. No. Allora, Italians don't speak fast. Any language can seem to be fast, that people are speaking fast, because you don't know that language. When I didn't know it English language, I thought the English speak fast. But it's not because of this. It's just because I didn't know English. Then when I started to learn English, when I started to listen to English, and then everything becomes clear. I really like your videos and I learn Italian from you. Grazie. Grazie a te carissimo. Allora, yes, allora quindi aspettate un attimo, eh. Allora, scrivo qualcosa che devo I'll write something for tomorrow. Allora, un programma. Adesso scrivo. Ma scrivete dei commenti, ragazzi, scrivete se avete domande, eccetera. Oh, tra l'altro è un trionfo, we have ciao Jake Giovan and so on. By the way, is a triumph, the Instagram. My Instagram is very a triumph. There are a lot of people, a lot of engagement in my Instagram live. I can see 18 people that are following my live. It's wonderful, to be honest, it's wonderful. If I scream out of my window right now, I can have more people listening to me. Quindi listening. Repeated, poi making friends and connect, eccetera, and other problems. Okay, pizzaiolo zio, ciao pizzaiolo zio. So you see how useful can be to work your ass off on Instagram to collect a lot of followers and then they pay you back this way. Having 14 viewers on in front of 230,000 followers. Cioè imagine. But TikTok is not better, 44 for 300 and for almost 400,000 followers. By the way, can you share at least? Can you share at least? Ciao ragazzi. How to say screaming in Italian? To scream in Italian is urlare. È una lezione dell'italiano? Sì, è una lezione no, allora, first of all non è una lezione dell'italiano, ecco. I already tell you this. It's not an Italian lesson this. Non è una lezione dell'italiano. È una lezione del giapponese. È chiaro? I'm fine with you doing. Cosa vuol dire I'm fine with you doing? Quindi ragazzi allora come va? Come va? Come va? Come va? Renato Rene. Ciao Renato René, come stai? Da dove vieni Renato René? Where are you from? Ecco qua, Dylan Brown, eccolo qua. Boss, che pensi della vittoria dell'Inter versus Bayern? Guardando il calcio fa imparando l'italiano facile e divertente. È vero, è vero. No, non ho visto la partita, Dylan, ma tu tifi l'Inter? Qual è la tua squadra italiana preferita? The Boss, hi amici. Ciao Oscar Vargas, ciao carissimo. Allora mettiamo like e share per il boss. Più tardi facciamo un quiz, eh. Soon we do a quiz also. How to improve my Italian accent? Caniat. How to improve your Italian accent? Definitely you should join the Italian boss platform. So go to theitalianboss.com and get your 75% discount. Mamma mia, sei qui ancora. Ah, ciao boss. Alina, you don't sleep, eh? Alina, you don't sleep. Eh sì, sono qui. Facchio. Allora, guarda qua. Omar si sente in dovere di scrivere anche, non sa neanche you don't even know how to write correct. You don't even know how to spell. How much you're ignorant, you know? Omar, my God. Amo molto le tue lezioni. Grazie mille, grazie mille. Hai capito? Hai capi quindi mettiamo like, eccetera, eccetera. "Come stai? Come stai?" Domande, domande, questions, 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 questions. Allora siamo attivi qua, attivi, attivi. Torno e tu sei ancora qui. Gretch Noel. Ciao, ciao Gretch. Ma dove vivi Gretch? Mi hai detto, no? Tu sei di Albuquerque, sì? Tu sei quella di New Mexico? I don't remember now. So for you it's morning. What is it for you? No, no, it's, evening, no? Dai studiamo? E che studiamo? Che vuoi studiare qua? Che vuoi studiare? Che non c'è nessuno qua. Cioè, sono look, cioè I'm awake now in the middle of the night to engage with people here and nobody's asking question to me. No, there is a guy that was there is Omar that was sending me to hell. Dai studiamo, sì. Ecco sì, Greccio Noel, esatto, Greccio. Allora, salve, io parlo italiano un po', ma ho un problema quando persona parla veloce. Eh sì, quando parla veloce. Allora, come capire quando una persona how to understand when a person is speaking, maybe it seems that he's speaking too fast. Why? Because 99% of the students expect expect to understand every single word. You think that you should understand every single word a person is saying in order to understand what is the whole message. Otherwise, you're not sure of what you say. You know it, you understand what he said, but at the same time you don't understand what he said. Ecco, this is another good point. I can speak in my reels about this. Allora, you know what he said, but at the same time no. But at the same time no. Ecco, esatto, why? Because you're not confident, because you think you need to know exactly every so maybe you know 99% of the words, but there is a word that you don't know and then you go crazy that you don't understand. No ragazzi, you need to select. You need to understand that you have to do a selective listening. You need to be trained only on listening to those words that are really important. Mm? To those words that are really important. There are key words. If you get the 20-30% of the words of a message, you get the whole message. There's no need to understand the 100% of the words. You understand? That's the key, and that's why I created the boss pronunciation, the boss listening for this reason. That's why there is my platform. That's why you need to join the 30-day challenge. Ciao Rosa dei Venti, ciao carissima. Where I put translate when I put please translate. Cosa vuol dire when I put please translate? Great quality questions here, eh. Where I put please translate. This is a good question, eh. Roba incredibile, cazzo. Allora, perché non parli italiano in questo live? Ma perché Anita Utena you don't think why should I cioè, sorry Abid, why I should? Tell me, give me a good reason why I should. Perché devo parlare italiano? If I speak in Italian, they come only Italian. How many times I have to tell you this thing, guys? What I have to teach? I have to teach Italian to Italian. Cioè, I have to speak to Italians. Then I have to teach English to Italians. If I have to teach Italian to foreigners, to English speakers, I have to speak in English, right? Otherwise, I don't create connection, and I cannot teach them how to speak. You understand this clear concept? If you want to just practice Italian language, there are millions of billions of content that I produce daily on Italian. There are reels that I do daily in Italian with dialogues in Italians. It's incredible, eh? It's incredible to understand this. It's not difficult to understand this. Mio boyfriend parla molto velocemente che non riesco a capire niente. Dobbiamo chiudere. No, 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 please don't no, 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 please don't divorce him. Mhm. What do you mean by speaking like a robot? Would you please explain more? I didn't get what you really mean. Speaking like a robot means speaking like a voice, vocal, uh, I don't know, like a Google Translator when you try to listen. Google Translator, like così, ciao, come stai, all this kind of thing. This is like a robot, no, like a robot. Like it's not a human. You don't sound human, no? You don't sound human, ecco. Com'è la situazione lì? Ah? Come? 50-50? Lo so, 20 people infatti, vabbè, ma ci sono 20 people 20 persone, cazzo minchia è rewarding, veramente rewarding. There are 20 people, it's very rewarding. I don't understand really. Allora, domande ragazzi, domande, questions to the boss, questions to the boss. When I see the live of other people, in general, that is full of questions. I don't know if they make up these questions or it's me that I don't get any question always. Buonasera boss, c'è un problema. Quando si usa ausiliare essere al passato prossimo? Allora, when do you use ausiliare essere e passato prossimo? Allora, si usa essere con i verbi di movimento, with some movement, verb of movement, okay? What does it mean? A movement from A to B. Andare, venire, tornare, entrare, uscire, saltare, salire, scendere. Mh. Questi sono i verbi. Poi usiamo con io sono nato, with nascere, io sono nato. Usiamo con i verbi riflessivi, with reflexive verb, io mi sono svegliato, and so on. I covering everything in my platform. Voglio unirmi, ma ho appena comprato una macchina nuova, ci sono tutti i miei soldi. Che fare, che fare ragazzi, che fare, che fare. Con i verbi riflessivi, per esempio, anche sì, esatto, bravissimo, Ali Bekov ecco, ma perché le why if everybody were like Ali Bekov, we would solve the problem. Bravissima. Why do you say in casa, not sto in casa? Because sono in casa means I am at home. Sono in casa is a matter of fact. I am at home. That's it. I'm describing my location. If I say sto a casa, means I remain at home. I'm remaining at home. That's what it means. Sto a casa. Yes, I am my position, my location is at home. That's a matter of fact. But at the same time, I'm also adding the message, the information that I took an action in order to stay in this position, no? Quindi sto a casa. That's very simple. The same difference between I am at home and I stay at home. That's it. Io sono a casa, io sto a casa. Ecco, vediamo qua, c'è Gray Faker. So Grair Faker is searching for people to learn to improve his Italian. So il signor Grair Faker at 1:30 in the morning in Italy, he is searching for somebody to improve the Italian language. So if you trust him to go and practice with him. Can you give tips on how to teach yourself how to read Italian or for beginners? Do you think I can give some tips? Yes, of course. Allora, per esempio, teach yourself how to read Italian for beginners. Allora, how to read Italian? To read Italian, you just simply need to understand how the reading rules works, and that's exactly what you get in day one of my 30-day challenge. Day one of this 30-day, there is reading rules. There is reading rules, how to read the things. Okay? I still get confused about past tense, the male and female pronouns. Sì. Questo è interessante. Sì. Still get confused about male and female. Allora ragazzi, this is something, Buciflacco, this is something that you supposed not to be worried about, because feminine and masculine is, if you mistake, if you say masculine instead of feminine, an Italian will understand you. So don't pay too much attention on this now. Focus your attention on something more that really plays a more important role for your conversation, no? for conversation skills. Grazie Gianni, grazie. The difference between adesso e allora. Adesso means now, allora means so. Hi, I love your videos, Dela Breeze. Ciao Dela, grazie mille. There is a 30-day challenge, guys, and there is something incredible. Vediamo qui quindi. I still get confused, benissimo. What is the difference between ho bisogno e mi serve, Ali Bekoffa? Allora, ho bisogno e mi serve, what is the difference? I can say ho bisogno di una penna, I can say also mi serve una penna. They both mean I need. I need a pen, ho bisogno di una penna, mi serve una penna, I need also a pen. Both are the same. But ho bisogno is used also more for a desire, for a inner, spontaneous, emotional desire of something. So something that you really need. For example, I would say ho bisogno di pace. I need peace. I need peace. I don't say I need peace. I don't say mi serve pace. I say just ho bisogno di pace, ho bisogno di amore, no? I need love. Ho bisogno di amore, no? I don't say mi serve amore. So as you can see, ho bisogno is also used for abstract concepts. For abstract concepts. Invece mi serve is used more for, vediamo, something like tool, no, for a tool. For example, when I need something to complete a task, to, perform a specific job. Mi serve il coltello per tagliare la pizza. I need the knife in order to cut the pizza. Mi serve because it's is a mean in order to perform a task. Salve amicus meus, quid agis? Oh, mamma mia ragazzi, incredibile. C'è in un latino, cioè, ma somebody so me I do the live at 3. I do the live at 3 to get to speak with some American friend and pop up this guy speaking in Latin. Incredibile. Ego sum Romanus senatus populusque Romanus. Senatus populusque Romanorum would be. Per favore qui è quale? Qui è quale? Qui is here, quale is, which. Ragazzi, c'è uno che mi parla in latino, ragazzi. There is somebody that speaks to me in Latin, ragazzi. Ma di che stiamo a parlare? Ma è una cosa incredibile, ragazzi. E prima c'era il signor Faker che cercava un po' di I live in a country where we are not able to pay online however through. Lo so ragazzi, there's no problem, whatever. Where do you live by the way? Capozzo di Costanzo, ciao carissimo. Do you speak the Sicilian dialect? No, I don't speak the Sicilian dialect as I am Sardinian and I speak the Sardinian dialect. Your life I got improvement. Ecco, esatto. Very good, very good. Thank you for your videos, you are the best. Grazie. Do you speak che era qua? So questions o me ne vado a dormire or go to sleep here? Amore, tell me when quando vuoi finire, okay? There are so many different ones in Italy. Sì, ci sono tanti dialetti carissima, ci sono tanti dialetti, Greci Noel, We have a lot. Sometimes there are also different dialects in Sardinia. They can vary slightly. Show recommendations that to help with understanding. I can recommend you my platform, the only thing that I can recommend you. Do you think that BMW recommends you Mercedes? I don't think so. Allora, Alina Bezzecova, vediamo qua. Why are there too many dialects in Italy? Can you give us an historical explanation maybe and find it very interesting? Allora, why there are many dialects in Italy? Allora, let's see. This is very interesting. So we have to come back to the Roman Empire. Actually, we have to come back to the Roman society, to the Roman civilization in general. So republic, kingdom, then republic, and then empire. Anyway, the Roman civilization had his language in Latin. We know that Latin was the official language of the Roman Republic and the Roman Empire in general, and was spread to all over Europe, basically. Of course, it was deeper in Italy, but anyway, it was also spread there. French and also France, also Spain, etc., etc. Okay, the Latin. Instead, the east part of Europe kept to be Greek, the most used language anyway there. And also the Romans respected the Greek language, so they always kept it as the main language of the second language of the Roman Empire was Greek in the east part of Europe. Anyway, why then we ended up with different dialects also in Italy and different languages? Well, the same reason why before, during Roman Empire, Latin was officially spoken in the bureaucracy, also in France or in Spain, was the language of the bureaucracy, was official language of the literate people. And the normal people in Italy and for example, also in Italy, normal people, yes, would speak Latin, but they would speak this Latin that was not exactly proper Latin. It was a Latin that was particular, no? Was not perfect Latin. And this Latin evolved because all the languages are evolving, all the languages are evolving throughout the time. And when the Roman Empire fall, Italian peninsula got divided a lot because the barbarians or the Germans tribes used to come many times, from the north, used to invade Italy many times from the north, creating their own kingdoms and creating their own kingdoms, etc., etc. So these people, of course, changed a lot also the Latin and also dividing the Italian territory in different parts and so on. From that moment on, from the fall of the Roman empires, Italy would never be united anymore until last century, like 2 centuries ago. So that's why. That's why. And that's why we have dialects, because the dialects are just different outcomes of Latin, in other words. For example, Genoa dialect or Liguria dialect is just one of the many outcomes of Latin in that specific region, as well as French is the Latin outcome of that civilization that was in France, in that territory. Spanish is the Latin outcome of that Iberic civilization that was living there. Sicilian is the Latin outcome of that territory that is Sicily today, throughout the time. And what is Italian? Italian is a dialect as well. Is a dialect with a lot of elaboration, of course, but the base of Italian language is a dialect, the dialect of Florence. So also Italian is a specific outcome of the Latin of the city of Florence and the territory of Tuscany. Capito? Mh-mh. Grazie mille. What is the dialect that we are learning while we learn Italian language? Allora, ecco, we are learning the dialect of Florence, the Florence of the 14th century. This is the base. The base of Italian language is the dialect of Florence of the 14th century, so of 1300. That specific dialect was the language where Dante Alighieri, our poet, wrote the Divina Commedia, the bestseller of the time. It is the best piece of poem of our literature. Slavic. Quando parliamo al dialetto mi sembra che questa cosa è una situazione molto particolare in tutti i paesi del mondo, che da una provincia all'altra c'è un dialetto diverso. Exactly, Slavic, esatto. C'è proprio è una questione di uhm, è una questione umana, proprio è un fenomeno umano, is a human phenomenon, is not something that is peculiar of Italy. In Italy is more peculiar because in Italy developed more like a diversified culture inside the peninsula where we had, for example, different states that produced culture. For example, the Republic of Venice was like a century, lasted for century, and people living in that specific region of Venice, they were living under the Venice Republic and they were feeling Venetian, Veneziani, they were feeling and they were speaking the dialect of that region. They were not feeling Italian, no? So also they were capable of producing culture. It's like having a lot of Catalonia, for example. Why Catalonia is very proud of themselves? Because they produce culture in the history, with the Aragon and so on. So in Italy we had a lot of these, regions. So that's why. But yes, more or less everywhere in the world, everywhere you can find, also in England, you can find that people that from Liverpool speak different from people from another city even, no? Or another region. Capito? Ciao da Toro de Control. Non so cosa sia Toro de Control. Ciao, di cosa parla lo spettacolo dal vivo non sarebbe domani? Il veneto è un dialetto, un po' più forte. Ma Luca sì, ma tutti i dialetti sono lingue, cioè dialetti e lingue sono la stessa cosa, no, capito? Dialects and languages and dialect. There's no difference between a dialect and a language. Technically speaking, scientifically speaking, linguistically speaking, it is very hard to distinguish what is a dialect and what is a language. Actually, there's no difference. It's just a political decision. The political decision of deciding, okay, this language is the official language. That's it. It's just a political decision. Capito? Come va? Tutto bene, tutto bene. Va bene ragazzi, vediamo un po' se ci son domande. Se no chiudiamo qui. Va bene, chiudiamo qui. Okay, basta. Va bene, grazie mille ragazzi. Buonanotte. Ciao.